This week we covered a Facebook post by the Bonnie Doon Fire Safe Council. It was about the CZU fire in California. While the post was under an individual's profile on Facebook, it was pretty clearly posted as the Bonnie Doon Fire Safe Council. The intent of the post was to kind of engage with the people affected by the fire and get a measure of their satisfaction of the fire response, as well as what the community there felt like would be a ways to improve on the fire response. It was intended for kind of the residents of the area, those directly affected by the fire or indirectly, but kind of everyone in the area. The post was quite well written to use the emotion that the fire evicted in those people to gather engagement, to connect with people on that level. And it worked really well. A lot of disgruntled or affected residents of the area did respond to the post. The only problem with using the emotion of the individuals is that it results in a very emotional topic, conversation thread in this case. Which quickly results in pretty non-productive, emotional arguing, as so often, unfortunately, happens on platforms such as Facebook. People pretty soon start arguing about what wasn't done right between themselves instead of focusing on solutions for individual problems or exploring why certain people felt that way. Pretty soon people are just arguing back and forth about what the actual problems even are, and not getting anywhere as far as a productive solution or possible solutions or something that the fire council could do in the future to alleviate those issues. As that goes on, more and more frustration and anger gets mixed in, and that kind of sets up this cycle of arguments where someone makes a point, someone else makes a counterpoint to that, arguing back and forth, and just continues on and on, kind of a vicious cycle. After a while, it's kind of shifted to people attacking each other as individuals, or specifically people blaming either the individuals of the area for not having their homes, yards, streets, whatever, properly prepared for a fire, as far as making fire breaks, making sure there's nothing flammable, that sort of thing, versus other people defending them or themselves even, as in, I did everything I could for my house, but the state left us hanging. And then people defending the state and personal attacks back and forth. Again, very unproductive. Finally, in the end, a couple individuals sort of stepped up and took a responsibility, saying that, yes, we could have done better and the state could have done better. We tried, we did this, but we didn't do as much as we could have. And the state had a response, but it was maybe delayed or wasn't coordinated right or could have been better. And sort of found a middle ground that everyone could agree on, which is a really important thing in an argument, where then the conversation became productive again, with people sort of specifying specific things that didn't work out, that needed improvement, and what they felt were problems. And from that, then the original poster, the Fire Council, could read that and pretty easily tell some things that could relatively easily be improved. First off, there was apparently an investigation going on as well as far as why the fire response was delayed and it wasn't carried out particularly effectively. But community members didn't feel like they were properly prepared. A lot of them wanted to and tried to prepare for the fire, but they didn't necessarily quite have the initiative or the know-how to actually do it. So from that post, the original post would be able to tell that maybe a community outreach thing, fire safe day type of deal would have been advantageous, help people figure out what they can do and how to do it to protect themselves better. And then as well as that, obviously the fire response could have been streamlined. It was a pretty interesting article or comment thread to read through and sort of analyze a little bit.